Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be doing a Christian fiction recommendations video. I've wanted to do this for a while, but sadly I haven't read that many Christian fiction books that I actually really like. So I have a small list, but I still wanted to make this video. These books are really great and I would really recommend them. So maybe you haven't heard of these authors before, maybe you haven't heard of these books before. Yeah, so I'm just going to jump right in. The first one is a bit of a chunker, but it is called Bridge to Haven by Francine Rivers. This is her most recent book, actually. She's coming out with another one in March of 2018, so that's really exciting. So this book is set in the 1930s, actually, and you follow this girl. The book starts with you are following this pastor. He's walking at night and he hears a baby crying and he finds a baby girl under a bridge, abandoned. So he takes her in and they don't find who she belongs to, so he and his wife end up adopting her, and they already have a little boy of their own. Basically, you just follow the life of this girl as she grows up, just the struggles that she goes through with identity, and she turns away from God at first. She goes off and does her own thing. The story unravels from there. She's really good at playing the piano. She's like a prodigy. She's super good at piano. She goes through a lot of intense, hard things. It's a very well written book. Just so much happens. So it is a long book for a reason. Like, you follow everything that she goes through and yeah, her path to redemption as well. So it's such a good book. I couldn't put it down. I highly recommend this. I recommend this author. I really want to do an author video on Francine Rivers. There's a few more of her books that I haven't read yet though, so I want to read more of her books to actually show almost all the books, hopefully, that she's ever written. I'm very excited to read her new book coming out too. It's called Masterpiece, or The Masterpiece, and the cover is so beautiful, and yeah, I'm really excited, so I'll definitely be getting that when it comes out. But for now, Bridge to Haven, really good. Her writing is amazing, so yeah, highly recommend. Okay, the next one I have talked about on my channel before. It is called Gods and Kings by Lynn Austin. This book is set in Bible times and it's actually based on some books in the Bible as well. So it's kind of her take on what possibly could have happened in those Bible stories, because it's a very kind of quick progression in the Bible that this book follows. She really adds a lot of story to it. So not all of it is fact, but it's as accurate as possible. She definitely did her research, and she talks about that at the back of this book. This is a 6-book series, and you just follow these characters from the Bible stories and how their reign of Judah, I believe, because there's Judah and Israel. Yeah, anyways, it's very good, especially if you like historical fiction. This is historical Christian fiction, so yeah, I really like reading about like Bible time settings, so I found this really interesting. Yeah, but I really like this series, so I would recommend this book as well. The next one, I've also talked about these books on my channel before, but the Left Behind series by LaHaye and Jerry B. Jenkins. This is their take on Revelation and the end of the world. So this is a very long book series, so it is a bit of a commitment, but it's kind of nice because they do recap what happens at the beginning of every book. So if you want to take a break between books, you're not gonna like need to reread the books before or anything. Like, you can definitely just jump right in. And I don't know, like, I found the first 2 books were super action-packed, super exciting, so it got me hooked, and then it just made me want to read the rest of the books. And the 4th book is really good, and I've only read up to the 5th book, so I still need to read the 6th and then just carry on. So yeah, but I would still recommend this series. I know Haley from Haley Reads has read this, and she said the very last book is really good, so I'm excited to get there eventually someday. Yeah. So the next book that I have to recommend is called My Stubborn Heart by Becky. I read this year and it is so good. So this follows a girl named Kate, and she goes to a small town to renovate a house with her grandma, and one of the worker dudes spikes her interest, and he is a former hockey legend, but he quit hockey after his wife passed away from cancer. So he is definitely emotionally damaged, and she has been waiting for her man for a long time. She is 31, so she's been patient with God, but she still is like looking, and then she strikes up a friendship with the hockey guy, and the rest is history. So it's just such a good book. Highly recommend. And then the last one is a little bit different. It is a manga, actually, and it is called Manga Messiah. These are really popular where I'm from, I guess, among the Christian community. There are mangas written basically the whole story of the Bible. Like, there's a creation one, and then there's like a prophets one, and then there's this one. This is Manga Messiah, so this one follows Jesus's story up to his ascension to heaven. Like, you follow Paul in one, and then there's a Revelation one as well. So and they're really easy to read. They're really fun to read. Like, they're actual, you know, mangas, and I loved them. I've read all of them, but this one is definitely the best because it's the story of Jesus, and it is like as accurate to the Bible as it can be. They list all of the Bible verses that each page quotes. Okay, so this is the story where Jesus tells the fishermen to put their nets back into the water because they haven't caught anything all day, and they end up like getting a bunch of fish. And so at the bottom it says this story is from Luke 5:1-11. So there's, don't know if you can see that, there's a little Bible verse down there, so it does like legitimize itself with like, hey, we took this from the actual Bible. They do change the names to be like anime names, I guess. Like, Jesus is called Yeshua, I think. It's really fun. I enjoyed it. I read these in high school, and so it was just a fun way to like get Bible knowledge without actually reading the Bible, because sometimes it's boring, let's be real. But these are not boring. These are very fun. So yeah, I would recommend them. I'm sure you could find them in a Christian bookstore or order them online. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know there weren't that many recommendations in this video, but I still wanted to share the books that I did have and wanted to recommend. Oh, thank you guys for watching so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!